Do you believe in opportunity? Good evening, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Dad Knows. Remember, always live with no edits. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button now, as you're going to like what I'm about to say. So yes, folks, just to begin this evening, I am presenting to you a very, very cool piece right here, and this is none other than the Coca-Cola round. But how could we ever forget this amazing polar bear, right? The classic polar bear. So yes, these Coca-Cola 1 ounce silver polar bear rounds are collectible silver coins that combine the appeal of a beloved global brand with the value of precious metal. Very, very clever, and again, just a stunning piece right here. These rounds feature the iconic Coca-Cola branding. Let me clean that a little bit. My hands are a bit sweaty. Do forgive. Yeah, so you have that classic Coca-Cola branding. And then back to the front, my favorite, showcasing a polar bear enjoying a Coke in a playful, friendly design. But very, very clean. We go back to the reverse. You know, that's where you get the weight and purity of the silver. 1 ounce of 0.999 fine silver, ensuring both its investment value and its collector appeal. Good looking coin. These rounds are not official legal tender, but are highly sought after by collectors like myself due to their unique design and the association with the Coca-Cola brand, one of the most recognizable companies in the world. They're typically minted in limited quantities, which makes them appealing to investors and those interested in commemorative silver pieces, and I would still say this is an American piece, right? As with most silver rounds, the value is primarily based on the spot price of silver, but due to their branding and limited mintages, they can fetch a premium on the secondary market, and they surely do. I was looking at them earlier. They're going for like 46, 47 bucks. Crazy. So, yes, beautiful and very, very attractive, very, very attractive artwork. And yes, folks, we're looking right here to my right. Finally, the proof has arrived, but yes, you can go directly to the description for this video, and you will see the link right there to my Amazon page. And this is my 4th novel. The pre-order is live. Please go and support it. You're getting it for a bargain of a price. As soon as it's actually released on June 25th, I'm going to ramp up that price. But for everybody getting in early, you're going to get a better than spot price deal on my book, especially if you like to read digitally. But yes, it is a political and psychological thriller about who many would argue is the Antichrist, the youngest president in American history. And this is in the very, very near future. I'm talking about 10 years down the line from here. I'm not going to go into more detail. I want you to go and check it out. But again, my 4th novel. And it's going to be awesome. June 25th is just around the corner. And I can't wait to share the 69,000 word piece with you. My wife, she's read all my material. This was the first book where she actually said, hey, you know what? The other stuff is for men. This one is for like everybody. And it's a very, very, very powerful story. And again, she's she's not an easy reader to impress because she reads very avidly as I do. And real quick, folks, before I continue, I want to give a quick shout out, and this is to my very, very loyal subscriber. This is Sound Money. Hey, nice channel, good content. The Amish are very small, sufficient people. I'm subscribed. Great comment right there coming from Sound Money. And yes, I discussed the other night, how Amish folk, although not your conventional style of living, especially for most of us Americans, they live longer than most Americans. They have less bad habits than most Americans. They're thinner than most Americans. They smoke less. They drink less. They don't consume really any screen time. And again, they're constantly working out and living longer lifespans, eating the food that they get from their land, because most of them farm. And, I'm not saying I'm going to go be this Amish person, but that's a great way to live. Yes, we have these fancy cars, fancy watches, nice homes, but truly what matters is what's going to get us through the long haul. And that's going to be farming. That's going to be, a supply, an extended supply of water, an extended supply of non-perishables, an extended supply of precious metals, And if you have cattle, if you have chickens, if you have a well, I mean, my goodness, your wealth is going to be extraordinary compared to most. 2025 is not just another year. It's a turning point. The financial system is showing cracks, obviously, at this point. Inflation remains stubborn, and the average person is feeling the squeeze. I'm hearing complaints left and right in every job sector. While many are distracted by flashy stocks or hyped up crypto, look at Bitcoin, it was at $110,000. Silver stands as one of the most undervalued assets of our time. And look, it's been averaging around 36 to 37 bucks, and it's holding. It's actually holding. Those who take notice now, before the crowd catches on, will be the ones sitting on generational wealth when others are scrambling to catch up. And when I say others, I mean most. Inflation is no longer transitory, as everybody loves to say, all the news outlets, all the mockingbirds, right? It's becoming the new normal. Transitory is becoming the new normal. As prices rise and purchasing power shrinks, people are looking for safe havens. Silver, with its dual role as a precious metal and industrial asset, offers protection and upside. Unlike fiat currency, silver can't be printed. It holds intrinsic value, and in times of uncertainty, it's historically been a go-to for preserving wealth. The longer inflation runs hot, the more obvious silver's value will become. And that's why we're seeing it hold at 36, 37 bucks. And in truth, these are baby numbers. This is a baby spot price as to what it's actually going to get. I would bet money it's going to hit at least 100 bucks, 100 to 150 bucks. Watch silver, watch Ethereum, watch Bitcoin. It's going to get crazy. Remember, I'm the one that said it. At the same time, the global economy is shifting. Nations are beginning to de-dollarize, moving away from U.S. financial dominance. This is becoming a thing of the past, unfortunately, and this is very sad because we're all Americans. It's sad for us here in America. BRICS countries are exploring gold-backed trade systems, and confidence in Western banking institutions is fading. And it's fading very quickly. The same way it goes from evening to nighttime, that's what we're seeing. It's creepy. This creates the perfect storm for silver as both a monetary metal and an asset not tied to any one government's debt. Why would we want to be tied to that debt? It's financial suicide, truly. Silver benefits from a growing industrial demand. It's essential in green technologies like solar energy, electric vehicles, and even medical equipment. As the world accelerates towards a clean energy future, silver becomes more than just an investment. It becomes a necessity. Yet, silver supply is tight. Mining output is shrinking, and above-ground reserves are being depleted. That mismatch between soaring demand and limited supply is a recipe for explosive price action. Another reason 2025 is key, remember, we're living in it right now, silver is still affordable for the average person. At a relatively low price compared to gold, I mean massively low price compared to gold, it's accessible. This gives you and everyday investors, which is the majority of people, a rare opportunity to protect and grow their wealth in a world that's becoming increasingly volatile more and more and more. Once silver takes off, getting in will be far more expensive, and take this as a warning, not a threat. Take it as a warning, because it's what's coming. When the price of silver begins to break out, and it will, many will look back at 2025 as the last year it was cheap. The opportunity is now. Don't be the one wishing you had acted when silver was still within reach. But folks, as always, thank you so much for joining us for another evening of Silver Dad Knows. God bless you. God bless your household. And God bless America.